On today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to do an unboxing and a quick look of one of our favorite pedal manufacturers once again.
Yeah, well, and again, here we have the box.
Right.
I don't think we can get it in film under the camera.
Ooh,
yeah.
There you go.
It's the HSR-3. Little disingenuous in the fact that this pedal's probably been around longer than the show. But one of the things that we thought about recently is it'd be nice to go back and pull some of those pedals out.
Yep.
And share them with you. For instance, you know, they pop up. Right? This one popped up over the weekend.
And we're using them.
Right, and we're using it. So this is actually a pedal that you use.
Yes.
And it is on a small kind of travel board here. So we have multiple campuses at the church we play at. Mm-hmm. And when you go down south, you take that one.
And the board itself might be in a future episode. Just
a
real quick rig
I think
rundown.
why we have it here, we're going to run through it.
Lit up all, it's blue. Shocking, right?
Right. Pat the blue light special. So this is a reverb pedal. Purchased because it does the shimmer thing.
Yes, it does. And it does the shimmer thing really well.
Right. So one of the things that we're kind of on the lookout for. So if you don't want to buy a Strymon Blue Sky or some of the other big pedals, there are some nice pedals out there some nice reverbs out there that will do that kind of shimmer thing without going to like a really expensive pedal.
Right.
So, and this is one of those. In another episode, we did the Matthews Effects Astronomer. That does it really well too. In a future episode, might look at the Canyon pedal, which has a nice shimmer on it.
And 10 other options.
Right? So this is kind of Lovepedal's take on it. It has 3 modes. It has a hall reverb. It has a
shimmer's in the middle.
Shimmer in the middle. And then at the bottom, you can get to a modulated reverb. Again, not twisting every knob on this pedal. More of a how do we use it and what does it sound like. But we will give you a taste of the hall and the modulated. We're going to start with the shimmer. Mm-hmm. If you look at the controls, oh man, I can't remember. And you cannot read this pedal. I'm sorry, Lovepedal. We love your stuff, but this is the worst to read. The top left, we have decay.
Yeah.
Then you have Predelay, which is a really, really nice feature on this pedal. Tone, and then mix. And you'll see we have the mix all the way up. You have the tone about 2-3 o'clock, so it's putting a little more high end, probably in the trails, in the reverb part. The delay,
at least for the shimmer, is going to be there.
The decay you have pretty high, so it's going to last quite a while. Mm-hmm. And then this pre-delay, which I never really totally got until we were sitting down here with this pedal, because I don't think I have any with it on, but I've seen it in demos of other pedals.
It's too bad the camera wasn't on. A big light bulb came and shot above his head, and he was like, whoa.
Yeah, so what the pre-delay does, it's that gap between you playing the note and when the delay starts to come in.
Could show. Well, we could show them that at some point, but we will.
Yeah, we will. Right,
back it off
in about 2 seconds.
Right,
but so, you know, why would you want to do that? So I think let's show them why you'd want to do that.
Yeah.
So this is on the shimmer setting.
Yep. You're
playing a
PRS single cut hollow body, an 08, I think it is, through PV Classic 30. I don't even have this. There's nothing else on. Nothing. Maybe some little bit of reverb from the amp. But again, we have like the reference tone.
So this is a high pre-delay.
Split coils, by the way. You'll run out of memory on the computer if we wait for it to stop, because it never stops.
So we probably I probably shouldn't turn it while you're playing. I turned it all the way up. Yeah. Can you just play like a chord and let it ring? Yeah, the video would get loud. I gotta turn the mics back on. You'll hear it in the mics a little bit. No, if I turn it all the way off, same thing. So where you had it was nice because it basically put enough pre-delay on it that he was able to play the whole chord
Right.
before the shimmer started to come up over top.
And I didn't realize that until now, too. That's what I like about this pedal, because sometimes when you're using Shimmer, it's almost like, what note is it going to find first and want to send it to that upper octave? And sometimes it's not. Like, it's hard to play a minor chord with some Shimmer, because it just grabs one note and it just doesn't get you where you want. But this pedal, for Shimmer, for me, I really like it.
It's still going.
It's still going. Like I said, it just doesn't stop.
So, if we go back to where you had it, and you play a couple chords again... That's going to be you'll hear that jump on the recording. That's really nice, because that unpredictability of the Shimmer sometimes, I find, like when you're trying to use it and you want to use it, typically you're using it in kind of a quiet...
Yeah, and maybe, and not so much here. I love this one because sometimes you do swells with overdrive. I'm not necessarily going to do that because my volume pedal's on the board. It's going to be awkward. But when I use the Canyon, I tend to do more just swells because it's really unpredictable on the chords. I will hit the chord at the end, like have a song at the end to do that. But for the most part, I can't play a whole pass with it on.
Right.
This I can play an entire song if I wanted to.
Right, I like how it does that.
I feel like I'm in a Vegas casino with all that big.
Right, does it?
It's still going.
Yeah. So let's. So I mean, how you would use that then is kind of underneath something soft, laying down. It's that, what do they call it? The
It's like an ambient or
ambient tone. Yes. We have to hit those.
We do have to find those buzzwords. Hashtag ambient tone.
Yeah.
Hashtag transparent overdrive.
Right. There are two other options on here. Let's flip it down. Do the same pass you just did on the modulated one.
Okay.
Because that's really nice and it works.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same. Like, you don't have to readjust the pedal too much to flip into modulated.
Yeah, you just don't get the high end trails.
Right. So let's do that.
Okay.
Cool. And then if we flip to Hall, I think we have to pull that pre-delay off.
Yeah. Not on a chord, but on. If you cut hard on anything, like if you were like.
Right. So if we turn that off, you don't get.
Then you get more of a true reverb. But then going back to what we were doing. It's a really nice pedal. It's a shame that I need to buy two more. I should have bought one on the sale this week and just put them all side by side and just set them for the different things. Because playing in a live situation, it's not real practical. But I love all three of those.
Right.
They were really nice. It's kind of like that rotary reverb. Like when we reviewed that, here comes the card. It was like a really fat, lush pedal, and I would put this one in that category. I like it even more now because I've really sat down and analyzed it. I think I got it. Tried to find where Shimmer worked and just left it alone, and it sat on the board. And this board doesn't get used all the time.
I mean, we talk about that. Like you can buy pedals that have 100 different features on it, but we tend to, over time, zero in.
Right.
And Brian Landreth talks about that. Like, he's really into, who's a friend of the show, he's really into like taking a pedal and doing the deep dive. Like, how can I use this maybe in ways that other people haven't used it before? And diving into that. And I think that's a really cool approach and a really cool thing to do. But I know both of us tend to find that kind of sweet spot for that pedal. If it makes it onto the board, then it never really like, if this is how bad we are, if we have to take it off of the board, we both take pictures of the settings before we take it off the board to try and get it back to where it was.
I took a picture of this before we started, thinking, how are we going to get the magic back?
Right.
And then as we play with it, it's not really that complicated, honestly.
No.
It's got 4 knobs, which is one more than your preferred, and a 3-way toggle. That really... But I think it's a great sounding pedal. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of... I mean, you have that... If you're playing live, you're going to have one tone on it.
Yeah, right.
So, like, one of the things with the Matthews effects that we looked at, it had 2 rows, it had 2 channels, so you could set one up to be like your regular reverb and one to be your shimmer, and that's nice and jump back and forth. Right. But if you're not looking for just that big room or hall or modulated, and you just want one nice kind of one-trick pony for traveling light.
For me, it's slightly use. We've discussed before. I don't want to get too far in the weeds. I use delay more like reverb, although I have a little bit of reverb in that amp. There's a carbon copy right off frame here, a deluxe, that's not on, but I get that fatness from there, right? So that's partly why I don't change sometimes, if that made any sense.
So I pulled the pre-delay back up.
Yep.
And so when we sign out,
yep,
if you start playing your kind of run again,
yep,
I'll let you go through it once on the hall, once on the shimmer, and once on the modulated, just so people can hear them back to back.
Yeah. And as long
all
as
the same settings.
Yeah, because as long as I don't hard cut on the hall, it sounds great.
Right. And we didn't change the other knobs, and somebody might be mad at us for it, but we didn't, like, it's a tone knob, so you could darken up the trails a little bit, brighten up the trails a little bit. There's the delay, like how long, the decay, so how long that is, and you have it pretty high.
Yeah.
And there's the mix, and you have the mix really high too. You have the mix all the way up.
Right.
So we could back that mix way off and have it be real subtle underneath. But this is the way we did it.
But in the effort of a quick look. Right. We're, yeah.
So, at that point, couple more hidden love pedals that will probably make it up. We're going to zoom out, do this whole board that Pat has the delay on. Lots of stuff coming up, and I think we have some big stuff coming up.
I think so.
So, please subscribe, hit like on the video if you've been around this long, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you, and with that, I think...
I am PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear. It's like easy listening radio, a tone the whole office could agree on. I think we just put some babies to sleep on this one instead of the gnarly overdrive.
Okay. That's fantastic.
That's a great pedal.
That's fantastic.
Should have bought one. It was just on sale.
Yeah.
Not to be obnoxious in some way. There we go.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.